Good morning. Hi, sweet mamas and daddies. My name is Nicole Danielle. I am a homeschool mama of 3 boys. I have one in college. I have an 11th grader who is also dual enrolling in college. And I have a 6th grader. So today we're just kind of going to do a plan with me. It's Sunday and yeah. On Sundays, I take care of my high schooler's agenda, which is right here. I tend to go through his last week's stuff and see what he did, what he has turned in, what he did not do, what he needs my help with. And then I look and schedule everything out, which is what I'm going to be doing. And I'll pause a little bit and talk to you guys. And then I make myself some notes of like what I need to do, what I need to print out, what I need to make, like if I need to make a test, if I need to work a little bit further along on his psychology agenda. And yeah, so grab yourself some coffee or some tea or some water, whatever suits your fancy, and let's go ahead and jump into this. So yeah. So I am sitting at his desk. This is where he does his schoolwork at. And the last couple of weeks have been a little weird for us. I feel like every homeschooler can say that. Everything is a little weird. So my kids were sick last week. They had a flu, cold, something. They were running fevers. They were miserable. We didn't do any school last week. So first things first, I really need to switch this out. Y'all, guys, okay. So he's supposed to be doing art this year. And I had every intention of doing art study with both of them. And I went ahead and I pulled this picture from my 6th grader's desk over there last week to tell myself that I needed to print a new one, and I still haven't printed a new one. So today I am printing a new one, and I'm actually going to go ahead and not leave this room until I take care of that because it's time. They have been looking at this picture since the very beginning of school. So we are really behind on the art study. Really behind. And yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got a plan. It might be on my laptop, so I might actually have to leave this room to go grab my laptop, but we're gonna look and see. Okay, so at the very beginning of the school year, I went ahead and made him a fine arts plan in case I had to turn it in. And you see here, Van Gogh, we were supposed to study Van Gogh and Sanzio, I don't even know, Raphael Sanzio, sure. He's Italian. And then John Singer Sargent, American. And we were supposed to get through all of these. And we are on, he is about, let's see. I think he's on like week 10 of school. So we should be somewhere over here on Mr. Sanzio, but we're not. So alas, we're going to have to speed this process up. And I'm going to have to go ahead and get these things printed because I need to get these things printed. So we're going to open this link. If you use a Mac and you are brand new with the Mac, if you want to select something, you use 2 fingers and you click, and that's how you select it. I didn't know that for a very long time. I had to Google it. That's free. So anyway, so 2 fingers, and let's go save image as. Save it on the desktop, and then let's see if I can play with that a little bit. Maybe I can print that better. Print. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, I need to load some heavy duty cardstock on my printer so I can print this for my boys. I'll be right back. Okay, that has been loaded. And I'm gonna go ahead and print 2 of these. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do that Oh no, we're not. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna print 2 of these, and I am gonna go ahead and keep myself accountable and do that for all of the rest of Van Gogh's paintings. And let's go. Okay, so we are done with that. I'm gonna go grab those, show you those. I'll do a little plug for my Epson printer because it's incredible. Incredible. Okay, I printed 2 of them for each of them. So this is self-portrait. How beautiful. I just printed these on cardstock. It's his bedroom. Which one is that called? Bedroom at Aries. The vase with sunflowers. The self-portrait as an artist. And then this one is the night cafe. And then this one is the chair that you guys saw already. The chair with the pipe. And then we already did Starry Night. Okay. And then, so because he was sick all week long, I'm going to have to go ahead and move all of these over to the next week. Ooh, okay. You know what? It's Sunday. I might have him go ahead and do these English things because I already wrote it down that he was going to do it. Okay. So let's get busy. I've already started with English because I did that a couple days ago for him to finish up his Unit 2 with the Good and the Beautiful. It looks like I have planned him to finish up with his test and his art project on Tuesday. And then this unit will be finished. So that's all planned out. And then he is also reading the book 1984 with his government and economics unit, but I'm scheduling in with his English because it just makes more sense. And well, it made more sense with this unit because he wasn't reading a book with this unit. So let me go ahead and pull Unit 3 and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the High School 2 Through the Good and the Beautiful Unit 3. And so when I start these, I go ahead and look and see like what needs to be turned in. So it looks like he's going to have an insight journal to turn in and a reading response question to turn in. So These go with his units. This is a poem that he's working on very slowly. If it gets done, it gets done. We can add it to his fine arts credit, honestly. And then these cards, I'm not gonna put these away yet, because these are he's studying these cards for his test. So I'm gonna leave these up here, but go ahead and pull the next ones that he needs. It looks like he has three geography cards: Northern Africa, Western Africa, and Central Africa, and poetry memorization. I purchased these cards when I purchased the first unit of the high school language arts, and you use them all 3 years. If you guys have a better storage option, let me know, because I grabbed these, I think, from like Walmart or something, just the plastic little tabs. And then it doesn't look like he has a new book to read. And so in here also, the reason why I haven't been super hyper-focused, one of the reasons I have been lax, let's be honest, with our plan is because this has a lot of art in it, integrated into it. And it looks like he is going to be reading about African art through this unit. This is beautiful. And he is also going to be reading Harriet. The Moses of her people. And chapters 1 through 5 for this unit. So that's chapters 1 through 5 is easy. So, familiar with what's happening here. I'm going to set that aside. And it looks like, let's see. I need to figure out where he's at on 1984. A little confused here. With the government, I need to figure out where he's at. So it looks like he did all of week 8. Week 8's work. And then he should have done lesson 13. Okay, he's got lesson 13 right here. Lesson 14. not seeing lesson 14 done. Is it really hard for you guys to keep your kids organized? Like, organizational skills are just super important. And for the life of me, I don't know how to, like, maintain organization. Okay, so I have to pull out my grade book and do that. I'll do that off camera, but I'm going to have to go through this and grade this. And from what he's done, it looks like he is almost finished with week 8 work. It's not as complicated as I'm making it look today, I promise. Alright, great. And that means that in government and economics, he is going to be doing week 8, day 1. And then the only thing that I do for his government and economics thing, it's only a little confusing to me right now because I'm having him read his literature selection for his English. So that's why it was a little confusing, and I haven't scheduled it in a while because we took a little break and he's been sick. And so now all I have to do for his government economics is go through here and look. You can't even see it. Go through his planning pages. It's all laid out really well. But right here it says that he's supposed to read the following in the online textbook, which is 4.3. But then down here, there's like a workbook pages also. So I go ahead and I write those down so he doesn't have to find them because they are slightly confusing. And it's right here in his notebook. So all right, so that's all 4.2. And then it looks like he went ahead and started 4.3. So I'm going to go ahead and put down page 42. And he'll be really excited that it's halfway done already. And then right here it says to read 4.4. So I will look and see what that goes with, which is also page 42. And then in this book is scheduled right here. So I just go in and find which page the answers are on. Or the questions, sorry, the questions. And he does that. So page 237. And then lesson 16. Page 252. And I think that is done. Okay, so I go and mark off like the things that I don't want him to do. He is not reading The Fallacy Detective. He read it 2 years ago. His time is way too important. Circle the ones that I want him to watch. Ooh, that one looks good. Socialism makes people selfish. That's really interesting. Okay. And then... he is currently reading The People's Guide to the United States Constitution, and How Money Works. So it's a full, it's kind of hard for him to get through it. It's really kind of hard for him to get through this. But he's not complaining. He says that he enjoys it. So we're just going to truck on. Okay, and then over here, I just write down week 8, day 2, week 8, day 3, week 8, day 4, and week 8, day 5. Okay. And then government economics is planned out for the week. So I need to prepare a government econ test. That's one thing that this curriculum did not come with, is tests, which I'm okay with it. We don't utilize tests very often, so that's okay. Okay, now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and assign a couple pages of his new English unit also. So he'll read a couple of chapters in here. I'm going to go ahead and list that quiz down because I'm not sure exactly. I found a quiz. I'll show it to you in a second. I've got to go through my laptop, and then I'm going to go ahead and assign him a vocab page, just this one page for this unit. Page 8. Okay. And then that will be his English week. Okay, so it looks like I might insert something here in the video for this. It's SparkNotes. I think there was a source in the government economics stuff that said that I could go here and look. So I'm having him read and then do the quick quizzes. And it looks like book 2, chapters 1 through 3. After that, they have a quiz. And then 4 through 6, they have a quiz. And then 7 through 8, they have a quiz. So the way I wanted to show this to you guys, I've already opened up my favorites tab. I've got this saved. The way I found it is through the government and economics. It was part of like Go Here. So it's SparkNotes. We are in our 1984 book study, and so it will just go over the summary, the characters, all of the things that you could possibly want to study this book. And so what I have done is I had him read the book, the full book summary. I printed it out and had him read through it. There's also vocab, I believe, that was part of. I could be very wrong. I believe there is vocab in here, or like the different way they speak, because there's a list that I found of all the different words and things like that I had him read through. And so here are the quizzes that he does. So he will read, let me get rid of this ad. the quick quizzes. After he reads the chapters, he does the quizzes, and then I am going to go ahead and use the full book quiz at the very end of it. And I wonder how many questions it is. I haven't looked at this yet. So it's just a full book. So 25 questions. So that's really cool. So I'll use that kind of as an understanding. It also gives like different things to write about, different questions to ask, different quotes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with SparkNotes. This is the very first time we've ever used SparkNotes. I thought it was really, really interesting. It all looks really good to me. So wanted to plug that in there for you guys. If you haven't, I think you could probably just hit up like SparkNotes and type in, there you go, search the title and author and things like that that you're wanting to do, and try to find the book that you're wanting your child to study deeper if you don't have the time to like read ahead. So, all right, hope that helped. So, I'll have him do quiz 1, and then he'll read 5 through 6. So then he can do quiz 2. Then it looks like 7 and 8. He can do quiz 3. All right, perfect. The way I worked that for him, because I don't have him print those off or anything. I literally just have him come downstairs, use my laptop, do the quiz. It's like 5 questions long, and then it's like a comprehension quiz. And then I just have him show me the screen and I mark it off. We're good to go. Nothing too crazy. I just want to know that he's understanding the book well, and he's done well so far with that. Cool. This is something that I personally have planned out. I am utilizing my own brain. I am using Ambleside's High School 3 layout mostly. I have found a couple of really good resources for questions. I will link those below or insert them here or something like that. I'll show you that. And mostly utilizing Ambleside's book list, but also throwing in some things that I know that my child needs specifically. So, okay. So we're on week 10, and then so I'm literally just going to write week 10, day 1, week 10, day 2. We started skipping Bible on Wednesday because he goes to church on Wednesday. And I never assign anything heavy on day 5 for Bible. His day 5 for Bible always looks like study your verse. And catch up on work, which is day 5, the way I have got it laid out. And so he just skips Wednesday and does 4 days of Bible. Yeah, so day 5 this week, it says, take some time to study your verse and do any assignments that you may have missed. Boom, done. Okay. So day 3. And then on Friday, I will write week 10, day 4 and 5. Okay. Bible's done. It's the easiest one to assign, and yet it's the hardest one to do because I'm actually physically writing it. So, work on Bible course because he's on week 10 and I've got through like week 14 written. So I'm about to be in a lot of trouble. Okay. And then so for his math, we'll just go online to Shoreman. I think it's very important, personally, for our kids to understand what they're doing. That's why we're homeschooling, for them to actually understand and thrive and not to fail them. I don't like failing my children because if they don't get it, then what's the point? And so I will go ahead and have him mark down his new grade, and I will incorporate that grade into this. This is for, I use these grades not as it's set in stone, but for me to recalculate and to maneuver the things that I want to, because I'm his teacher, not that. And then, okay, and then we'll move on from there. The quizzes also give him kind of some anxiety because it's like 4 questions long, and if you miss one, you get a really bad grade. So I have him redo it if he fails it and mark down the next grade. Okay, so that is his math. We'll look at German, which I use Fluens. I give him 2 days to do 1 lesson. And we're good to go. And that's German. So this is his psychology binder. And I have week 9 already planned out for him. So all I have to do right this second, because my old self loved my present self, all I have to do is write down week 9, day 1. Okay, so then I look at this and see what did I assign, because I did this a couple weeks ago. And it looks like he is going to start working on his biography. And a study guide. So that means that I need to write down that I have to create his study guide. Now, the psychology course that we do use has tests already. So what I do is utilize his test to make him a study guide, and also throw in some more questions that I think are valid, and that way he doesn't feel like he's done all this other work for no reason whatsoever. I have him do all of the extra activities and all of the extra things, and so I will throw in some random questions with the study guide onto here, and then sometimes throw one into his test. But all I have to do is like print his test out and be done. So I will work on his study guide. Another thing that I do for myself when I am planning out his schoolwork is if he has to do writing of any kind for any day, I will make sure that I write down on here it's a writing project or an essay or a journal or something like that. And that way I do not schedule 2 writing assignments for one day. I like to space them out. he gets really overwhelmed with writing assignments. So just knowing my child, that's how I plan his stuff out. And if something falls weird and something is supposed to be written on the same exact day, I will just kind of rearrange his schedule a little bit, or I will skip a subject completely on that day, assign something different. So the only thing left that I have to do for him this week is figure out his art for Wednesday, which I think I'm going to go ahead and have him study his Van Gogh. And that's it. So he is completely scheduled out. And then I need to look over a couple of things. So it's all planned out. He's got his whole week planned out. And that's it. And that's my Sunday. It takes, I don't know, it took about an hour, I think, to do this. And it keeps me accountable. I look at his stuff. It doesn't get me behind, like weeks behind, and I haven't graded anything. There was nothing for me to grade this time, thankfully. I will pull his government out and look at that and make sure his answers are correct. Make sure that's all finished. Yeah, I've got a little bit more work to do for him to work on that study guide, and I've got my list. But it won't take too long, and I'll work on it over the course of the week, because it's not due right this second, and I've got a ton of other things to do today. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. And I think the next one that's going to pop out is a in-depth video about our psychology course, because we are obsessed with it. We're loving it so much. So if you have any questions, let me know. That is how we plan. I plan my 11th graders school week. So without further ado, I'm Willing. I will see you soon. Bye for now.